Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a classic high-end versus low-end makeup dupes item battle. Woo! So I've done a couple of these in the past. I will list a playlist up here of the other videos of this genre that I have if you want to go check those out after watching this video. Yeah, so I had one where I compared a Glam eyeshadow palette to an XL eyeshadow palette. Another one where I compare a Glam eyebrow mascara to, I think it was also an XL eyebrow mascara. Now today's category of choice will be contour powders or bronzers or shading powder if you're in Japan. It goes by many names, but the point is we all know the basic premise of these kinds of products, right? It's to bring shadow and definition and just three-dimensionality to your face so that at the very least you don't end up with flattened pancake face, kind of like what I have going on here. So basically what I do in these videos is that I pick two products that I feel are very similar in shade and functionality that come from two ends of the pricing spectrum. I apply one to each side of my face without actually showing you through the application process which one I'm applying to which side. That way when you see the finished results of the products all blended out, you'll be forced to judge with your own eye which one you think genuinely looks better. And then at the very end, I'll reveal which product actually aligns to which half of my face. And as we all know, just because a product comes with a more expensive price tag does not necessarily mean that it's going to outperform the cheaper or the more budget option. So it's always kind of a toss-up to see which product actually comes out as the champion. If there is even a champion, I mean, just because the finish might look different on each side of the face doesn't necessarily mean that one product is better or worse than the other. Anyway, I'm super excited because the two products that we are going to be pitting against each other today have probably the largest price differential of any other two products that I've battled against each other in my other high-end versus low-end videos. So let me introduce to you the first contender. This is the Glam shading powder in 01 light beige. I wasn't aware when I was in the store that this came in 3 different colors because as far as I could tell they only had this shade available in my Daiso, so I'm kind of bummed about that, to be quite honest. When I checked the other shades online after I got home, I felt that I would definitely have preferred to pick up shade number 2. This one seems like it's a little bit on the light side. This one seems like it might be a little bit on the light side for me for a contour powder. It actually seems like a pretty close match for my skin tone, so you know, hopefully I will be able to get enough of a shading effect out of this to see how well it's gonna perform. And then the second contender, this one is the big kahuna, okay? I'm sure you can already tell by the packaging. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer in shade number 2, and it's just called Medium. I purchased this off of Beautylish a couple of weeks ago, and I have to say that I'm very impressed with the shipping time. It only took like 5 or 6 days. Yeah, not even a week for it to arrive to me. I checked the shipping label afterwards and it says that it came from Hong Kong, so I wasn't aware that Beautylish had a distribution center in Hong Kong even, but knowing that, it makes a lot more sense to me that it would arrive to me so quickly, because usually when I order from overseas cosmetics websites, it takes like at least 2 weeks to get to me. But yeah, look at the size of that compact, you guys, wow. No joke, when I first opened my package, I thought that there must have been a mistake. Judging by the size of this, I thought that surely this had to be an eyeshadow palette, so I thought that they made a mistake with my order or something, but no, it's the right product. It's just the single hugest bronzer compact that I've ever seen in my life, basically. So this one is 0.56 ounces and the Glam is 0.16 ounces. So this has literally like a third of the product that's in the Charlotte Tilbury compact, but it's still a bargain by a long shot. This was 110 yen. This one, almost 6,000 yen. So not really any comparison price-wise there. So there are the two powders side by side. See, now this really makes me wish that I was able to pick up a darker shade in the Glam powder, but can't win them all, right? Okay, and I'm actually gonna end up having to use 4 brushes for this try-on test of both. It sounds excessive, but if you think like I need to use these 2 fluffy brushes for the sides and the perimeter of my face, and then I have 2 like fat eyeshadow blender brushes that I'm going to use to contour my nose. So it seems excessive, but I kind of have to have 4 different clean brushes, you know, to make sure that there's no cross-contamination. Anyway, enough chit-chat, let's just get started. I do have a full face of foundation on today so that we can get as polished of a finish as possible. So here's bronzer number 1. Ooh, right away, I feel like that's a little bit patchy. Maybe it's this brush. I'll just take my time blending it out. Bronzer number 2, or contour powder. Have I been saying bronzer or contour powder this whole time? Wow. Oh my god, I want to show you guys this powder so badly. I will at the end of filming, but the amount of kick up that's happening right now is comical. This is all over my leg right now. Oh, do you see the billows of like contour smoke? You see that, right? It's like smoke going up. Now we gotta do the nose. Wow, that showed up a lot darker on the nose than it did on the sides of my face. Yeah, this is not a perfectly controlled experiment, you guys, I'm sorry to say. Yeah, I'm sure that the brush density and whatnot also factors into the final effect, but just bear with me here. I really like that. I really like that. Wow, I feel like the left side of my nose has never looked better. Okay, now let's do the right. Okay, that's it. I'm done contouring, you guys. I know the nose looks a little harsh, but what do you think? So number 1, tell me which side do you think looks better? And number 2, which side do you think is which? Which one is the Charlotte Tilbury and which one is the You Are Glam? Now, since the shades were not an exact match this time, you could probably tell right away which one was which, just purely based off of the coloring alone. But you want to know the craziest thing though. I feel like if you disregard the contour on, you know, the sides of my cheeks, and if you solely look at my nose contour, the finished effects and the final shades of the powders are virtually indistinguishable on my nose. Are they not identical? It's kind of crazy, right? Okay, I'll give you 5 more minutes to type out your final answer. Pause the video right now and type it down in the comments. And the answer is da 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 da, Charlotte Tilbury on the right and You Are Glam on the left side. Do you see this insane powder kick up happening over here? Like, what is this even? So yeah, that is definitely not desirable, but performance-wise, I gotta say, I am absolutely shocked. I actually found the You Are Glam powder much easier to work with and to blend than the Charlotte Tilbury powder. That is insane to me. Now, I do like my experience with this powder overall. I mean, for one thing, it doesn't have crazy kick up, right? That's a plus. And it's also, I think it's a nice warm tone that complements my natural skin tone. But you saw how patchy it went on at first, right? And it's still not even like completely blended out. I mean, I'm sure I could if I tried really hard, but I can't be bothered. But the thing is, I didn't even have to really try with the You Are Glam powder. It just went on seamlessly by itself. Like, do you see any semblance of a harsh line whatsoever? I don't. I know it's kind of hard to tell. I know it's a lighter shade, so it's kind of hard to tell, but I feel like if I just got this in that 02 shade, so this one is 01 light beige, and they also have 02 and 03. 02 is called natural beige. I feel like that one would match my skin perfectly. And assuming it's the exact same formula and everything, just a darker shade, I feel like that one would look perfect against my skin tone. And I dare say it might even outperform the Charlotte Tilbury. Wow, I'm in shock, you guys. I don't know how to end this video. I mean, I don't have anything bad per se to say about the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. I'm sure I will enjoy and continue using it, but do I even need to though? When there's 110 yen You Are Glam powder out there that's like easier to blend. And plus, I was saying before how they look identical on the nose, right? That is absolutely insane to me. This might be the most shocking high-end versus low-end video that I've ever done. I want to know what you guys think, actually. Give me your honest opinion. Disregard the shade matching part for a minute, but just solely based on the application and like the blendability, the finished effect, which one do you think is the better bronzing or contouring powder. I mean, Charlotte Tilbury may have gotten it right with the naming and the branding and everything by calling hers the Airbrush bronzer, but low-key, it seems to me like the You Are Glam is the true airbrushed bronzer. You are the last airbender, the last airbrush bronzer. Airbrusher bender, this pun is not working. Okay, so anyway, what is the moral of the story here? The moral is Japanese cosmetics do not come to play. This one is a hard one for me. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm pretty torn because on the one hand, I dropped 6,000 yen on this Venus clam looking thing right here. But then on the other hand, my channel is all about kind of like hyping up Japanese, Korean, and other Asian branded cosmetics, basically proving their superiority to their Western counterparts in a lot of the cases. So on the other hand, it's like I was low-key rooting for You Are Glam.
But then if I root for You Are Glam, does that mean I'm rooting against my wallet?
Doesn't that mean I just wasted 6,000 yen essentially on an unnecessary expensive bronzer contour powder? I don't know. I need to go drink some bubble tea and ruminate on this. Thank you so much for tuning in as always, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!